Time no longer. Chapter 18a, Babylon. There appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. Revelation 12:3. I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Revelation 13:3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Revelation 17:3. These 3 similar beasts are detailed in Revelation. They represent the many major types of power that God has to deal with down through the centuries. The red dragon of Revelation 12 represents the devil. The beast rising up out of the sea represents civil power. The sea or water stands for people in prophecy. The third of these beasts represents the church in prophecy. The woman in prophecy is used to depict the church or church body. These beasts all have one common characteristic. They each have 7 heads and 10 horns. The dragon has 7 crowns, the sea beast has 10 crowns, and the woman beast has no crowns. These differences, though subtle, are important to understand this portion of the prophecy. The key to the 7 heads and 10 horns is given us by John in Revelation 17:7-18. The 7 heads are given to 2 meanings by the angel talking to John. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. Revelation 17:9. Here John speaks to the third or woman beast. What church in history sits on 7 hills? Rome is famous for this. It is a city built on 7 hills. Therefore, the woman or church sitting on the woman beast refers to the Roman Church. John continues with his explanatory key in the next verse. There are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. Revelation 17:10. In our study of world kings or world-dominating kingdoms, we have demonstrated 7 civil powers: Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, Rome, the Middle-Age Roman Catholic Church, the European glory years, and the lamb-like beast, identified as the last great world power, the United States of America. First 5 are fallen kingdoms listed above. The one that is refers to the European conglomerate which ruled the world from one capital or another until the lamb-like beast was ready to assume full control. The United States, the 7th world kingdom, must continue a short space. She will continue until the end of time. Our great red dragon beast of Revelation 12 struggles through the Middle Ages, attempting to destroy the Church of God. He nearly succeeds, but the woman holds on by a thread and begins to gain strength, and with the help of many faithful, including Martin Luther, makes one of the greatest comebacks in history. As chapter 12 comes to a close, the dragon, unable to vanquish this woman, turns his attention to her seed, which have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Revelation 12:17. As has been discussed earlier, this great struggle continued for 1,260 years. At this point, failing his task, the dragon or devil came up out of the bottomless pit to bring terror to both the Gentile by the hand of Napoleon and the Jew at the hand of Adolf Hitler. The dragon does not confine himself and is relentless in his efforts to control world peoples. It also infiltrates seats of world power, trying to gain a foothold in all aspects of humanity. As we have seen and will see, his persistence pays off. John describes 2 great beasts in Revelation 13. We have reviewed the story of one of these beasts at some length. The 2-horned lamb-like beast of Revelation 13:11 most assuredly depicts the United States of America. It has the lowliest of beginnings, but eventually it becomes a force unrivaled in the annals of history. This rise to world-class status occurred over a 200-year period. Today it has no peer among nations. After the Reformation and the victory of religion over itself, so to speak, the world was somewhat underpowered. The Roman Church had run things for many centuries. Although its methods were at times abhorrent, the ship of state remained afloat. Martin Luther's initial blow opened up a small leak, and the ship slowly and surely began to list. By 1798 it had sunk completely out of sight, returning some power 131 years later in 1929. The devil still had the upper hand in 1798, and as always he had myriads of ideas. His two evil angels assumed the forms of Napoleon and Hitler, and they set out to persecute the innocent masses, the Gentiles and the Jews. Each succeeded in that goal, but neither was able to unify the world's ship of state. Their lights shone brightly for about 15 years respectively, but flickered and went out. The evil one does not limit himself to one means of battle in his vendetta against God. He also turned to other strong nations to assist him in his cause. The beast of Revelation 13:1 is composed of three animal forms. A leopard, a bear, and a lion are mentioned as being the composition of this beast. When the devil couldn't stamp out the Church of God, he looked to the state for help. Between 1517, when Martin Luther dealt him a serious blow, until the rise of the little lamb-like beast, there looked to be a slack period for the evil one. Undaunted, he turned to his old European pals to keep the pressure on. He had to infiltrate whatever power there was to continue his quest for control of the universe. No method was too dastardly to use against the forces of good.